Welcome to the Drunken Bay! Hello Bay Squad! Today we're gonna talk about the cities you must visit in Veneto regions. There are cities like Vicenza, Marostica, Asiago, Venice, Verona. There are so many. You must check all of them out and we'll go through every single city with you. Before starting this video, I must give a credit to my friend Mazia. We were probably the luckiest tourists who have a local friend in Italy. Thanks so much to her. We'll begin our video right now. So the first city we visited was, of course, her hometown, Vicenza. She's told me her town is really beautiful. I mean, I was never doubtful, but absolutely this city was stunning. Being only about 60 kilometers from Venice, it takes about 30 minutes by train to Venice. It can be overlooked by so many tourists.
So we're now walking through the old town square in Vicenza. A lot of cafes, restaurants, people strolling around in their bikes, enjoying this marvelous day in spring.
It's such a local place, so you feel like you are in Italy. A bit more definitely. And this city actually is more known for the US military base, so you will find that there are many who speak English, so it's so easy to get around.
Vicenza is a city in the northeast of Italy. Even though the city is relatively small, it's still one of the country's wealthiest cities, with many exports coming from this region. So in the 1400s, this basilica was built because Virgin Mary appeared to a nun called Vicenza, and that's why the city is called Vicenza. Lago di Fimon is a beautiful lake just 20 minutes drive from Vicenza. There's a walking path that runs around the lake, making it a great place to take a stroll, taking in the nature around you. When we went, it was a little bit rainy, but nonetheless, we loved the beautiful backdrop this lake had to offer.
And of course, there is one place you must check out in Vicenza. It's Parco Guerini.
Parco Guerini is a tranquil park in the heart of Vicenza, and what makes it a little special is the number of wildlife you'll come across. Look at the little rabbits! Oh. Can you see that little rabbit in there? So this park here in Vicenza, in the middle of it, it's amazing. There's so many different animals just in the space of about 10 minutes. We saw rabbits, roosters, turtles, heaps of turtles. You can see the big massive fish as well. And we saw like a beaver looking thing, which I think is called, I'm not too sure. But it's just turtles everywhere, all along the banks. It's so incredible.
I felt like I was in Alice in Wonderland. My favorite animal of all was, of course, eutherias. They were so cute. I've never seen these animals really in person like that, not in a zoo. It was quite unique. Also, there is a temple that is really good for your Instagram pictures. So I took a lot of pictures with my friend and Nick, and it's very photogenic, really beautiful. You must check this place out. I've never seen a town that is like Asiago. It was really picturesque. When we're up there, there are just good amount of people. There's some souvenir shops.
Asiago lies in the foothills of the Alps, giving the town a lovely mountainous backdrop for you to enjoy. The architecture in the town is stunning, and it makes you feel like you're in an old Italian romantic movie. The town was also the site of a major battle in World War I between Austrian and Italian forces, and today, of course, it's most known for its famous Asiago cheese. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Love it. Wow. This is so original. La Botte de Cavolo is a lovely little bar with a unique atmosphere, and it kind of makes you feel like you're in a cave. We stopped here with some friends and enjoyed some really delicious, great wine. Hi Bear Squad, we're here now in Marostica.
Marostica!
Which is a cute little town in the Veneto region as well. And there's an amazing castle wall here, and you can see a big mountain kind of hill with another like castle on top. And we're going to check it out. Marostica was basically a Venetian city until Venice became a part of Italy.
This city looks out of this world. It's so strange. The castle on top of a mountain looks very strange, but really awesome, I think.
So when you come to Marostica, you'll be greeted with this backdrop just behind me here. Heaps of cafes, coffee shops, people sipping on their drinks during aperitivo. It's a slower pace. Everyone's walking nice and slowly, enjoying the scenery. And also in this town square here, every 2 years, you'll see that red there. That's usually a chessboard. And they actually have real life chess. They have men dress up in like knights and kings and queens. Men and women dress up there in that court. And every 2 years they play a real life game of chess, and it's quite the spectacle we hear.
My friend Mazia was so excited to show that. I feel sorry for her because that day they were doing something else.
It's a beautiful little town, which is a great day trip if you find yourself in the Veneto region. O Sole Mio, it sounds like Italian opera. O Sole Mio, it's a great local Italian restaurant serving delicious meals with very big, generous servings and super friendly staff. We were even offered some free liqueur shots at the bar after our meal and just had nice conversations with the staff. It was just a really lovely time.
Did you know Italy is one of those places that has a free wine fountain? So that tells you that Italians are obsessed in wine, and they are quite cheap. And especially if you get wine from Vino Spuso, I think it's called Vino Spuso, it's really like a wine can cost you from €1 to €3.
Vino Svuso literally translates to loose wine, which basically means it's wine that isn't bottled. So why isn't it bottled, you may ask? Well, it's pretty much wine made of inferior grapes, and so it also makes it a very budget-friendly wine to drink. You can try out this wine by pretty much heading to a wine store and get it directly from the barrel or the keg. And this way you can recycle your bottles and just keep coming back and topping it up. So we're now on our way to what is voted as one of the best gelaterias in Italy. What better way to start off our first time ever having a gelato in Italy? So pretty pumped to see what it tastes like. So we found this gelateria. It's supposed to be amazing. Let's check it out. Italy is actually the only country in the world where artisanal gelato has a bigger market share than the mass-produced stuff. Yummy, this is so good. It's my first ever gelato in Italy. This one is coffee yogurt, mango passion fruit, and it's so delicious. Rachel got strawberry. What's the other one?
Pistachio. And she recommended us.
This is the best place in Vicenza for gelato.
Our local friend.
Our local guide. So we got Marcia taking us all around Vicenza, finding out the best cool places, local places here in Vicenza.
The gelato shop we went to was quite special. Really good, creamy. It's not overly sweet. It was like one of the best ice cream I've ever had.
Aperitivo is all about getting your appetite going with a pre-meal drink.
I think we had way too many aperitivo.
So much food today. I know.
We've got some salami with this one and some chips. Generally it's taken between 7 to 9 p.m. and it usually consists of a light cocktail and some nibbles. So we've arrived in Verona. We've been staying in Vicenza, and the great thing about the Veneto region is that there's quite a few cities you can visit, and it's cheap to get from one to the other and very quick. So it took us about 40 minutes, €5, and we're in Verona. So we're really excited to explore this city for the first time. Let's check it out and see what it's like. Verona is a popular tourist city in northern Italy, and it's visited by many for its architecture and for being the backdrop for some of William Shakespeare's plays, including Romeo and Juliet. There are many Roman buildings in the city, and so it's become a World Heritage listed site, just the whole city. So it's definitely a good place to go check out architecture if you're into that. So our first stop here is of course to have some coffee. So I've got my latte macchiato here. First up coffee, and then we head out into town and check out the attractions. Of course Verona is known as the city of Romeo and Juliet, so we're going to track down Juliet's balcony and among other things have a wander around, check out what the city has to offer. Have the arena in the background. It's pretty cool. There's concerts that actually happen here, so it's pretty epic. So we're walking down one of the main streets in Verona here, and as you can see around me, heaps of people behind me. It's really lovely with the colourful apartments and the balconies, and you got a lot of fashion stores here, cafes, gelaterias, the smell of pastry in the air enticing us to eat, which we'll be doing very, very soon. So we've been looking for some postcards for our Patreons, haven't we, Rach? There seems to be quite a line-up to get to the balcony, but it's kind of moving pretty fast. I think people have actually come prepared with their markers because they're straight away got them out writing on the wall. It's pretty cute. And there we have the balcony. Juliet's up there. Oh no, that's not her. No, she's... False alarm. Juliet's not up there. It's funny to see people up there with the selfie stick in the balcony. That's kind of funny. And you've got the statue over there. So apparently you have to touch Juliet's breast to get good luck in love. And that's why you'll see a lot of people here behind me. They're waiting to pretty much rub her breast. So it's pretty hilarious. So a lot of people lining up to cop a feel of Juliet. So there's a lot of people here in this court. So we're gonna try to go get some food. Andiamo. And of course we took a break to eat some pizza and our first ever tiramisu in Italy. How exciting. So we're now just wandering by the river, walking along the bank. It's so pretty here. You can hear the water rushing behind me. And I love how there's these houses here and they've got these great balconies with like shutters. And it just looks so pretty because the shutters are quite colourful and just really adds to the picturesque backdrop. These are the shutters that you just kind of see everywhere. All these balconies that have these lovely green shutters. I've noticed a lot of them are that kind of colour. They're like a lime, kind of dark lime green. Verona's one of those cities where you can just wander around the streets, which are quite small, but not so small, so that you're kind of bumping into people, even though it's quite packed. So it's just really relaxing, just wandering around the streets, taking in the sights. It's a really good city for just going off on a day trip. It's not so big that you can't walk it, so you can just kind of walk around the whole city, take your time, take little breaks for a coffee or a gelato as you do in Italy. It's amazing. We've just arrived in the floating city in Venice, so we're very excited. We're here for the first time in Venezia. We're just in the train station. Well, just trying to dodge all the people to get out, and this is our first view as we come out directly outside of the train station. It looks pretty magnificent. I'm going to show you guys now. Just have a look at this. This is the view straight out of the... Pretty incredible view. Are you shocked, Rach?
Yeah, it's a bit... I've never seen a scene like this. Like, maybe the most similar one was the Amsterdam. Like, water with buildings. But this is like a bit... Much better.
Much better? This is our tour guide, Marcia. She's showing us around.
When I first saw Venice from the train, I was like, this is weird, we're going through water. And yeah, we arrived at this island and it's Venice, and When we first came out of the train, we were like, OMG.
Venice probably rates as one of the most famous cities in the world, and when you visit it, it's easy to see why. Referred to as the city of canals or as the floating city, it's a place like no other on earth, and it is a must-see for any traveler. So we were really excited when we first stepped foot in the city. So here in Italy, we have the coffee, sorry, at the bar. Isn't that right?
Yes, I'm having also. This is a barley coffee, and I've been loving barley since I was really little.
And it's always on the menu, isn't it?
Always on the menu. It tastes like coffee. It's like, I didn't know this coffee at all, but this one is very like soft coffee. Like if you are not a coffee drinker, you can always enjoy this one. It tastes like coffee, but it's not coffee.
And what's yours is
Caffè macchiato,
caffè macchiato.
which is espresso with some hot milk.
Ooh.
Cold milk, but I prefer hot milk.
Oh, it looks good. And mine is a cappuccino. Because why not? With chocolate.
Gelato on the top.
Chocolate. See this one here, look, it follows your face. So if I try to... Subject lost. See? So it should follow you, like if you move, it will follow you. How funny is that? The original population of Venice were pretty much refugees escaping the mainland from the Germanic tribes of the time. So it's got a very rich, interesting history. It's believed about 30 million tourists visit it each year, making many worry that this over-tourism is damaging to the city's ecosystem. There's even been talks of even charging the tourists a fee to enter the city. So the really cool thing about Venice is that it's not exactly floating. They say it's floating, but it was built on marshland, like in a lagoon. And so underneath all of this concrete you see here is wooden stakes, and thousands upon thousands of wooden stakes that they've put underneath in the mud, in the water. And so because there's no oxygen there, it actually can last. So the wood gets petrified, and that's what makes it so stable here, and why we're able to stand right here in Venice, in this floating city. So if you see these bridges behind me and stuff, so one thing I learnt was the way that they have to have electricity here in Venice is a bit more interesting, because obviously being so much water, it's actually a bit tricky for all these logistical things, but they run the wires and the gas pipes and everything through the bridges. So that's how they get around that. Also for the post, DHL, UPS, all these courier companies, they have to go by boat. So that's how they do it. The trash as well becomes something that's a bit more difficult. But what they do is they walk around to collect the trash, and then they go to the canal where there's a boat, garbage boat, and that's how they get rid of the garbage off the islands. So obviously also being a tourist city, you worry about the prices, but so far coffee's been fairly cheap. It was €1.60 for a cappuccino, and postcards 40 cents euros, so pretty good. So there's these endless little alleyways with little boutique shops selling little knickknacks, souvenirs, and you just never know. You could turn any corner, you just don't know which way to go. It's a bit like a maze, actually, Venice. It's a maze that we didn't even take out a map at all, so we're literally just wandering around this maze, seeing what we can find. Every corner is very beautiful. I've noticed that you can see the Venetian locals. They'll suddenly jet past you quite quickly, and they'll walk down the dark alleys that no one else is going to. Have you noticed that?
True,
They kind of just, they walk past and they're like quite quick. They know. They don't push or anything. They're just like really fast and suddenly down. I think that might be the postman, maybe. Or was he selling artichokes? Is that what he was saying? Artichoke? So you can find alleyways like this that no one else goes down, and I think you might be rewarded. So we've spotted some famous people here. That's oh, I don't know who that is actually.
I don't know.
There's Robin Williams, Sandra Bullock,
Tom Hiddleston.
Jeff Bridges. Rachel reckons that's Tom Hiddleston, Ted Danson, bit of everyone. Pam Anderson. We've got some more. I think that's Gina Davis. Who else we got? Hey, it's the guy from Days of Our Lives. I've forgotten his name.
No, it's beautiful.
Bold and the Beautiful, you're right. Ah, there you go. You know your daytime TV. These guys, I don't know. So when it comes to food, you'll have many different options to choose from, and it's not as expensive as you might think. Piazza San Marco is the main square in Venice, and it gives you a little respite from the narrow streets and bridges. The main attraction here, of course, is St. Mark's Basilica, and the detail in the architecture is a sight to behold, and you'll see many people taking advantage of good photo opportunities. And of course, Venice isn't Venice without the gondolas. At €80 a ride, it's not going to suit everyone's budget, but if it does, it's definitely going to give you a unique perspective of this gorgeous city. Its canals are linked with over 400 bridges, making it, in my opinion, one of the most photogenic places, photogenic cities you'll see on the planet. In fact, I took the most photos in a day ever when I visited this incredible city. Thanks heaps for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
It's broken. The
Train's broken?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like the train is broken, so we're getting off. So apparently the glass exploded on one carriage, exploded another glass on this carriage on this train. So now we've got to get off. Are they getting back on, or?
It's saying take the other train.
Take the other train.
This one.
So where was?
It's saying this one is not leaving.
So apparently we've got to take the other train now. So it's pretty chaotic here now. No one kind of knows what's going on. It's all very confusing. So we could hear when it happened. It happened in our carriage, right under our carriage. We felt it when the trains go past each other, and suddenly this massive noise, and we felt something go under our carriage. It was really scary when it happened. And then at the next stop, they pretty much stopped the train and said everyone has to go off.
One behind
We're playing the dinosaur game again, guys.